Hey mathematicians! So in this video we're going to talk about the difference between an inscribed angle and a central angle. Now the picture on the left, that is an inscribed angle. And then the picture on the right, angle R, that is a central angle. All right. So first I want to talk about the difference between the two by talking about pizza because I love food, y'all. So I'm going to draw my slices of pizza. We're pretending each of the circles are pizza and those angles are the slices. I'm drawing my crust in there right now, and then I'm going to draw in the angle, which would be like the cheese and whatever toppings you like on your pizza, right? Okay, so if this pizza were delivered to your home and they cut out your slice like the picture on the left, you would be pretty upset, right? You'd be angry, especially if that first slice goes to your little sister and she gets that huge slice and you get those little random slices. So the correct way to cut your pizza is from the center, like the central angle. All right, so that kind of gives you a little visual with some food, talking about the difference between the two. All right, let's erase that and let's talk about math now. Okay. So if you notice, the vertex of each of those angles, angle ACB and angle PRQ, those vertices are in different places. For the inscribed angle, the vertice or the vertex is on the circle, and for the central angle, the vertex is at the center. So that's another difference between the two. And the last difference is the relationship between the angles and their arcs. The measure of the angle for a central angle is going to be equal to the measure of its arc, and vice versa. Now, for the inscribed angle, the measure of that inscribed angle will be equal to 1/2 the measure of the arc. So let me give you guys a couple of examples with both. Let's start with the angles. Now, if I told you the measure of angle C and angle R are equal to 40, I want you guys to pause this video, figure out the measure of the arcs that go along with it. All right, guys, so the easiest one to start with is the central angle, because whatever the arc is equal to, that's also what the angle is going to be equal to. Now, for the inscribed angle, we're actually going to need to multiply that measure by 2 to find the measure of the arc. So 2 times 40 gives us 80. All right, guys, so something to remember with the inscribed angle. If they give you the measure of the angle, multiply that inscribed angle by 2 to find the measure of the arc. All right, I'm going to give you another example, and I want you to pause the video as soon as you see the example pop up on the screen. And here it is. Now, the easiest one to start with here is, once again, the central angle, because whatever the measure of the arc is, that's also going to be the measure of the angle. Now, back over to the inscribed angle. With this one, since they gave us the arc, we're actually going to divide the arc by 2 to find the measure of the angle. So the angle will be 1/2 of 98, which is 49 degrees. All right, guys, so let's sum this all up really quickly. Inscribed angle. If they give you the angle, multiply it by 2 to get the arc. If they give you the arc, divide it by 2 to get the angle. I've got one more example for you. Pause the video as soon as you see it pop up on the screen. All right, guys. So with this one, once again, the easiest one to start with is the central angle, because it's always the same exact measure. Now, the inscribed angle, they gave us the arc, so we're going to need to divide that by 2 to find the angle. So 1/2 of 124 is 62 degrees. And that's it, guys. That's everything you need to know about central angles and inscribed angles.